No hunter wants to waste weeks of practice, scouting, preparation, and bad game. So once a deer is down and tagged and the photos are snapped or your spaniel is retrieved, that pheasant or quail, the work of caring for the meat really begins. Hi, I'm Mark Thomas with the National Shooting Sports Foundation, and I want to talk today about caring for game meat from the field to the table. Cooling game immediately after the kill is critically important. When weather is mild, hunters must take special care to ensure their hard-earned deer, duck, pheasant, or turkey remains pleasing table fare. And I can tell you from experience, proper care can make all the difference. Handled properly, your wild game will provide you and your family lean, healthy, gourmet quality meat. Now, one thing that's critically important is shot placement. When big game hunting, a shot through the lungs and the heart minimizes meat damage and ensures a clean, quick kill. So practice often. You'll know your effective range and that of your equipment. After all, these considerations, when combined with careful shot selection, are the keys to a good shot. And when bird hunting, focusing on the bird's head while shooting will create more headshots and less damage to the breast meat. As soon as the big game like deer and elk are recovered, it's also really important to field dress the animal so that the carcass can cool quickly. Be careful to keep dirt, hair, and debris away from the exposed meat while dressing and when moving the deer to the vehicle. Birds and small game should be placed where they can cool quickly. That vest pouch is convenient during the hunt, but when you take a break, get the birds out of the vest and into the air where they can cool. With ducks, I like to place them in the blind or maybe the boat on their backs to help the breast cool and to help keep blood from pooling on the breast meat. Now, as you can see, I've had a very good hunting season. My freezer is full with some quail and pheasants, as well as an ample supply of venison steak, sausage, and hamburger meat. The important thing with wild game, as with all cooking, is to make sure you work on a clean, dry surface. Also, avoid cross-contamination. If you're preparing a game dinner for quail, pheasant, and venison for your family, be sure to thoroughly clean your cutting board between each course. What I like to use is a sanitizing solution, which is easy and safely cleans your cutting board. It's just a cap full of bleach and some hot water. Just like chicken, the birds you harvest can carry salmonella. So anytime you handle meat, wash your hands. And since you hunt birds with shotgun, take extra care to check for any type of lead or steel shot. Nothing ruins a meal more than chomping down on a piece of shot. Now, a couple of tricks I've learned over the years after cleaning my birds is I like to put them in a bowl and run continuous cold water over them. This allows debris and feathers to float away. If you plan to freeze your birds, put them in a milk carton or maybe a Ziploc bag and freeze them in the water, or better yet, vacuum bag them. The key is to get the air away from them to prevent freezer burn. I have found many great recipes for quail, and I usually pluck and cook the entire bird. Pheasant breast can substitute for chicken breast in many recipes, but I've found that the legs and the thighs have a lot of bones and can be tough, so I save them for stews and soups. I took my venison to a professional processor, but many people really like to butcher their own. When possible, dry aging or hanging your deer for a week or two will make it even more tender. But when doing so, temperature is a real key. The meat should be kept dry and at a constant temperature between 35 and 39 degrees in their surroundings. So if you don't have a walk-in cooler, you're better served butchering without dry aging. Now, with all the game in my freezer, I've been collecting a lot of cookbooks and trying new recipes. You'll find some of my favorites and even a few helpful cooking videos on our website, www.nssf.org/recipes.